top of the site that we're planning to use. What we have here is an area, a turning area of hard standing, which we're looking to use to get in. I've mapped out here 48 by 12. You can see the 4 posts in the corner. This is the intention for where we're going to put the large marquee with a bar and a stage in it. As you can see, halfway along the side there runs hard standing. After that it gets pretty wet. There is a slight fall in it, and it's not a gradual gradient. That really is my main concern. That area there, we'd intend to, at this near end here, have a bar in it, and at the far end have a stage. So it turns into a beer tent with live music in it. Okay. The other idea with this area is to come along this side of the tent here, and on the other side of the trees we've discussed putting a small amount of toilets in. So this is more relevant to the toilet side of things, but we understand we can get the toilets to here and then move them into position by hand, either that or onto a football pitch up there, and it's whether or not a hose would be able to access into this area here where it's slightly shut away, certainly for the urinal cluster, and preferably in my mind if we can have a few toilets in here as well. This field up above us here and across the rugby pitch here is intended to be used for camping, and to continue to talk through from here, I'll wander down and walk the site at the moment, but our then intention is to have in that corner down by that goalpost there the main stage, and over between the bridge which you can see with the green fencing and that goalpost there, to have the children's marquee area, with family camping on the other side of the glade. We'll wander down and have a look at that. Okay, just to have a look at that first toilet site I was talking about from a different angle. We have a very steep bank up and around it. I'm not sure how well that will have come out on the first videos I took in there. Yeah, just giving you another angle of this area here. I'm fairly certain I can sort out low branches if they're going to be a problem and clear that up. It's just a case of your opinion really on this one, as it would be an ideal spot on the site to have some toilets. But the other way we could do it is to go further across down into that no man's land where we're hoping to have some crafty sort of wood-based entertainment and some traders. Here we have proposed site of children's marquee. This is 9 by 12 mapped out, which I think is the size. So I think that probably gives you a better idea. Size that we were talking about here. It's a pretty flat area down here. Shouldn't be any problem at all. In terms of access here, we have over in that corner there, we have a vehicle access that we can get to there if we need vehicles on this side. And that's, as I say, where we're going to build the main stage. We're then talking about, or we also have access to up to this bridge. I'm not sure what the weight that this bridge can take is, but it's definitely a pedestrian access we're intending to use. Excuse the dog. Anyway, so this is where we're talking about mapping out having the children's area. You can see up the other corner there of where we're talking about the main beer tent. As I say, main stage over here with camping across the back. So ideally I think we'd probably be looking for some toilets to be put in close enough to the main stage along the lade here. So this area, it's pretty flat and level, and as I say, I don't know what sort of access you need to get to with servicing it, but certainly wouldn't be too much of a problem to get stuff to here, I'm fairly certain. On the shower front of things, we are currently talking to the Shinty Club about them being able to open up their showers in this hut here for public to use, so rather than having a service shower block on site as was originally quoted. The other option we've got is the leisure centre, who I believe charge £2 for user shower, so I think we're probably going to be able to go without showers. Okay, Right, this is on the other side of the bridge where I just pointed across and said about family camping to you. A thought running through my head is that the toilets might be better outside of, or this side of a bridge, so if we shut the festival site off, or the arena part of the site off overnight, but we've still got access to the toilets for people who are camping over here. So I just figured I'd have a quick turn through and show you this side of things. It's used, right, this is me looking out from where the main stage is planned to go at the moment, towards where the kids tent will be, and up towards the bar and across around to the camping. The reason why I came over here was basically to have a look at the access down here. We've got hard standing through this gateway and a path, if you follow the camera around, a road that we can get down between the football pitch here and the barrier fence over on the far side there, the upright galvanised steel thing. The idea here actually is try and use this area back here as not the football pitch but the rest of it as a backstage area, and then we're talking about trying to use this area up along the wall here for crew camping and bits like that. I think the guys running the volunteer side of things and the crew side of things might be looking for a small marquee in there. At the moment that would be coming out of a budget which we're looking at from Awards for All for that a little bit. But I at the moment it's not thought of, but I think he said to me he'd like to have something like a 10 by 10 marquee, so it might be a second child's marquee up just beyond the second of those two dogs. Right, just another look from here from the other side of the wall now, sorted out the dogs. Okay, this area here I think would be fine if we do look to put another marquee in for sort of a crew centre. Right, this is really I think the final point which might be of interest, and again it's the car park for the leisure centre here, the swimming pool that we have. We're looking at probably not using this as an entrance or as a car park in any way. Let's say across this wall here we're talking about crew camping, and across over there we actually have a public toilets, and where we're talking about using as a litter base and bits like that, so a site service centre really. What I'm looking at here, really this corner, is somewhere whereby we could get a truck to service toilets for again, and if this is a large camping area up here with a majority of camping across these two pitches, sorry the sun must be in your eyes, but this might be a practical point again for a toilet as Benny's demonstrating here. So yep, just to it would want to be a fair distance away from the kids play park, but it would be a case of how long hoses can reach to service toilets and picking somewhere along here. Okay.